Yeah, well, Hezbollah indeed announcing a day of rage against the U.S. President Joe Biden's visit to Israel, also in response to that explosion at the hospital in Gaza, and it comes off the back of what has been growing intensity in the exchanges of fire that we've seen between Hezbollah and the Israeli military along Israel's northern border. For that reason, that Israel earlier this week announced that it would be evacuating 28 communities, all located within 2 kilometers of Israel's border with Lebanon. And visiting those border areas, you really can feel the tension in these border towns. Just yesterday, with my team, we visited the town of Kiryat Shemona, which is very, very close to the Lebanese border. It felt like a ghost town, and already most of its residents are taking the decision by themselves to leave. And the reason for that is, as the mayor told us, is because it's so close to the border. They have sirens in place to warn them of incoming rocket attacks, but they only have, once they hear the sirens, 10 seconds to actually take cover before those rockets hit. We've also seen lots of military hardware being moved on the roads here further north, all evidence that Israel really is taking very seriously the risk of war breaking out on its northern border.
And of course, these flare-ups, repeated flare-ups, are feeding really this fear that this could become a full-blown second front, a full-blown conflict, and even possibly spread further in the region.
Yeah, I mean, there are big fears here that what's happening on Israel's border could escalate. Israel is very well aware of the risks of a second front opening with Hezbollah on its northern border. Of course, Hezbollah is a very powerful political, social, and military force in Lebanon, with roots deeply established in Lebanese society. It's got its stronghold in the south of the country. And I think the Israeli army considers Hezbollah to be potentially a more formidable foe than Hamas. Hezbollah has more sophisticated weapons. It has anti-ship weapons, anti-aircraft missiles. It has tens of thousands of fighters. We don't know exactly how many, but we do know that many of those fighters are battle-hardened and combat-ready, having already fought in the Syrian civil war. Hezbollah gets its backing from another big regional player, Iran. Well, what is interesting also to point out, I would say, is that most of the skirmishes we've seen so far have been contained along these border areas, perhaps signaling a desire from both sides to kind of contain tensions for now. But this is still, nevertheless, the deadliest escalation between the two sides since they went to war back in 2006.